In the last video, we were exploring how to use some of the sketch tools in order to create a bridge design in Fusion 360. In this video, we're going to look at using some of the 3D modeling features in order to create the full bridge design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose Extrude. I'm going to select my geometry. I'm going to choose these profiles here, so you'll see this will go through. I want to choose the cross bracing as well as the area down below that I want to use for our particular projection. 127 millimeters is the width of our bridge, and I'm going to go ahead and say OK. And this will go through and give me a truss bridge that's kind of solid like this. Now, in order to accurately model this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click Create a New Sketch, and I'm going to choose the work plane that would go through. Now, what I can do is actually I want to go to Construct, and I want to go ahead and say for a work plane that is an offset plane. And when I choose the offset plane, I can also zoom out here a little bit. Here we go. And I know that that's going to be 200 millimeters out to the very end. So because that's right in the center. So I'm going to be right there on the edge. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a sketch right here on the work plane. Utilizing some of the geometry that I had before, I'm going to sketch a rectangle. So again, we're working with 1/4 inch material. And you're going to notice maybe some cases these purple lines here that are projection lines that are helping us keep the material in place. Now I might want to check these dimensions and see, are they actually that 1/4 inch material that we have? But actually, we're going to see that's going to give us a driven dimension. I'm going to right-click on the purple lines to delete them. Now you'll see I have blue lines there to dimension to. 6.35 millimeters is good there. To the outside edge, 6.35. I'm going to go around on all the edges. And I could have offset this as well to go through and to make that happen as well. Okay, I get 6.35 all the way around, finish the sketch. Now what I'm going to do is extrude, choosing this, I'm going to drag backward to cut through. And I'm going to go ahead and say distance all, and I'll say OK. Now I have a truss bridge here that will go through and give me the 1/4 inch material that I need. I can also go through and take a look at creating a sketch on the top face, but actually what I also need to consider is, and here what I can do, go to Create, Project Include. I'm going to choose the top face here and say OK. Use the offset tool, choose the purple lines, offset a negative 6.35. Now I can finish the sketch, and I can extrude the shape downward. Now, the only thing is I may just go through and stop because I'm still going to have to probably go through and do the bottom as well. The same thing. So I'm just going to go through and do a negative 6.35, which would give me the top cleared out. There is my frame there for my bridge. On the bottom, create a sketch as well. I'm going to press the P key to run the projection. Click inside the shape and say OK. Offset, choose my purple lines, negative 6.35 millimeters. Finish the sketch, extrude, choosing the shape, and cutting up into the bottom. So you'll see now what is left. And here I'm just going to say OK. So you'll see here's kind of our frame. What you can do from here is you may need to think about what are some other structural supports that you may need to help support the design of your bridge. So for example, I'm going to click the Create Sketch option, and I'm going to click on this inside face of our shape. And I'm going to go ahead and click and set a 2-point rectangle. This rectangle, when I dimension it, 6.35, is going to be our, and you'll see from corner to corner, will match. Now what I can do is I can say extrude, choosing the shape, but instead of distance, I'm going to say to object. I'm going to flip around. So I'm going to turn this model around and then choose the inside face of the other side. And that way that will provide me a support right in the middle. So you can do this on all your, like here down the corners and some of the other features that you have, but this is the way that you can go through and design your particular truss bridge to make sure that it will fit within our particular constraint.